Hey y'all, it's Natalie for Cherry on Top Crafts, and it's time for the December YouTube hop. And today I am creating paper crafting craft, but not for a scrapbook page. I am actually going to create some ornaments with some photos. I have the Christmas tree shaker die from Waffle Flower Crafts, and yeah, it's going to be a wild ride. So you can see I have 3 photos printed. They are 3x4 photos. So they fit really nicely inside that tree. I just made sure to kind of choose photos where the subject was a little bit farther away, like a full body shot almost, because otherwise I think their head would get cut off. So I'm showing you that I'm running the dies through my machine, and I'm using my magnetic eye crafter pad because the die comes with a little jig that kind of helps you to set the small tree inside the big tree, but you don't need that jig if you have a nice magnetic pad for your die cut machine. And so that's why I decided to bring that over and show you. I just nestle the small one inside the big one and make sure that it's kind of even all the way around. I mean, I guess I could still use the jig just to be super careful, but you can eyeball it pretty well. That I don't think that you necessarily need it. I'm not a perfectionist though, so if you are, you can definitely use the jig. But you see I am creating a border of a glitter tree, and I'm using the memory box papers. I had my Alta New papers out, but they actually weren't wide enough for this die. So I ran the die cut on my photos as well, so they just perfectly fit inside those trees. The photo paper just doesn't like cut perfectly, so that's why you see me doing kind of like peeling it away from the edges. And so I made a white background. I'm going to adhere down the photo to the white background of the large die, and then there you can see, like, make a little sandwich out of it. Before I do that, I'm going to take this baker's twine. I know it's a lovely little candy cane stripe there, and I'm going to just make a little loop and stick it down at the tip of the tree, and that way I will have a hanger to have these as ornaments. Now, these are going to be ornaments for a tree, but you could do a different type of little tab at the top, and you could do a whole series of these and do photos of your whole family and make like a banner to hang across your mantle or somewhere. Oh, you know what you could do? You could do this and then like stick your Christmas cards on the trees as they come in. That would be really fun. So I have my big foam tape roll now. And so I am going to create a lot of height on these. What I should have done is put down my transparency before I started putting foam tape, but I got really excited and I started putting my foam tape around the edges. But that's okay. I just included an extra layer of foam tape once I realized this, and I actually like it. I think it looks more almost like something you would buy in a store. So I did 2 layers of foam tape, and then what you see me doing now is I'm pulling away the adhesive, and then I'm going to stick down the transparency. So I ran the transparency through the die cut machine. I did have to use my precision cut plate because the die doesn't love to cut that thick transparency. So I used it and I cut the same large Christmas tree die. And now I am sticking it down on top of 2 layers of foam tape, and then I'm going to add another layer of foam tape around the edges so that it will be pulled up away from my photo and I can fill it with sequins. So again, I could have put the transparency flush up against the glitter portion of the tree, and it would have had 3 layers of height between the transparency and the photo, but I just messed up, truly. But honestly, I really like the way it looks. So it has like a little bit of height between the transparency and the glitter frame. And then it has a little bit of height between the photo and the transparency. And that's enough room for shakers, for sequins. So I'm just using sequins from my stash. I'm going to link down below to my favorite sequins that are currently in the store because there are some really great ones. But I will say, don't fill it too full, because if you fill it too full, you're going to lose your photo. So you could do these Christmas trees and just put some pretty pattern paper back there, and then you could fill it up with as much sequins as you wanted. But if you want to see those sweet little faces, I suggest I really like these sequins that I'm using. They're clear snowflakes. And so I feel like that really, it doesn't take away from the photo at all. That's my little nephew, Wally. And, but yeah, I didn't put too many in there because I do want to see the sweet faces of these boys. And especially with the other two, I used colored sequins and I didn't want them to end up covering them up. So just a few to add some sparkle and some shimmer and shake, right? So these I add in some for my stash, but you can see it's just really a handful, like some sprinkle, a little pinch right there. And then I've already taken off the tape backing because I don't want to have to do that once the sequins are in there, because they might start popping all over the place, right? Jumping out. So I just be really careful and make sure they don't adhere to the tape once I've removed the backing. And then I just smush down on top the backing of the ornament and we have our little shaker. I'm super happy with these. The one that's Lachlan and the other one is Heath. The one I did for Heath, the glitter paper was maybe a little old. This wasn't the memory box paper. I pulled this out. It was like just like a piece of glitter paper that I had already cut into. So it cracked at the bottom. But you'll see in a second, I created something outside to fix that. So I grabbed a big sequin. I had like a big rectangular sequin and I made it into a present, and then I just stuck it to hide the crack in the glitter paper. And excuse Lola from barking, and you can't see it, and then it looks like there's a present under the tree. The die also comes with really cute little lights to put on the trees. I didn't do that because it would have hidden my photos, but I did use the star that it comes with to place a star at the top of the tree. You'll see those in the final shots. If you leave comments on everybody's video in today's hop, you'll be entered for a chance to win $15 store credit to the Cherry on Top store, which is awesome. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to put all the links down below to the supplies to make these. I hope you guys are inspired. I'm going to suggest my favorite sequin mixes from the store. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.